Are you thinking about moving to Seattle, Washington? I've been where you are. We did just that about 12 years ago. We've never looked back. We absolutely love living here. That's what this channel is all about. Anything and everything to do with living here in Seattle, Washington. And we're going to get to it right now. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know anything and everything there is to know about living, working, playing, even eating here in Seattle, click that subscribe button and tap that bell for notifications so you can be the first to know the current market conditions here in Seattle. My name's Rob. I'm a real estate broker, and the team and I talk to people just like you every day looking to make a move to Seattle, whether it's across town, across the country, or around the globe, whether it's next week, next month, or even next year. Check our information out in the description below. Send us an email, shoot us a text, or give us a call so we can help you make a smooth move to Seattle. Well, like we said before, Seattle is definitely not a utopia. And there are pros and cons about living here, just like any other city in the country. Although, frankly, we think the pros outweigh the cons. Hey, by the way, where are you viewing from? We'd love to hear from you. Let us know in the comments below. But for now, let's get to it with today's pros and cons. Seattle is home to so many major employers: Amazon, Microsoft, Nintendo, Expedia. I've had the opportunity to work at a few here, to include Starbucks, Boeing, and Nordstrom. There is so many opportunities here to grow your career, whether it's in the tech industry, aerospace, travel, or retail. The opportunities are seemingly endless. So if you're looking to grow your career, Seattle may be just the city for you. And in an upcoming video, we're going to be talking to one of my great friends who works at Starbucks in the Partner Resources, or AKA Human Resources Department, Shami. And she's a wonderful person, super entertaining. You will love the video, but I'll be sure to put her contact information out there as well in case you're interested in job opportunities at Starbucks or anywhere. She is one of the most well-networked people I know. And speaking of Starbucks, that's why we live up here right now. Back in 2011, I got a call from Starbucks. They offered me a job, and the next thing I know, the movers are showing up. They're packing up everything we own. They load it in some trucks. We jumped in a minivan with 3 dogs and a cat because our kids do not travel in the cargo bin of an airliner. And we made the 5-day trek across the country from Dallas to Seattle and never looked back. Well, we had to come outside to talk about the next one. It's the next con on our list, and it's the weather. Now, while it's borderline cliche to talk about Seattle and the weather, we gotta do it for this list. Did you know Seattle doesn't even make the top 10 list for the most rainiest cities in the country? We're outranked by New York and DC. Who knew? While we may not be in the top 10, it does rain a lot here. Usually it's a drizzle or a mist. Sometimes it pours, but most of the time it's the drizzle and the mist. Now, what tends to get us a bad reputation is that it's gray a lot for much of the year. Unlike today, we actually got some sun for this video. And here's a pro tip for you. You will never see a local Seattleite carrying an umbrella. Leave those umbrellas at home if you don't want to look like a tourist. And in the wintertime, it's usually mild in the 40s, but we do get the occasional snowstorm and/or ice storm. Just Google those ice storm videos of those cars sliding around in downtown Seattle. It's pretty entertaining. You know, I was in Florida a few weeks ago visiting my parents, and my dad and I were chatting about, hey, no matter where you live, there's always a downside. So down there, it's the humidity, the bugs, the heat, the list goes on and on and on. Here, it's the gray, it's the rain, but it's what you make of it. Get out and still enjoy it. This place is beautiful, rain or shine. Well, I had to come back inside for this next segment because the segment is about summertime, and let me tell you, it's not summertime out there right now. It was getting pretty cold, and after all the retakes I had outside, I was a little bit of a popsicle. So in I came to warm up to talk to you about the summertime here. And in a word, summer here is spectacular. The humidity's low, the temperatures are pretty mild, usually for a high of 75 to 80 in the day, in the 60s at night. Now, the temperatures are historically so mild that a lot of the homes around here do not have air conditioning. I'm going to pause for a reaction. They do not have air conditioning. Now, that was a bit of a shock for me. So I left Texas It was like in the triple digits for over 3 months straight. I left there in August, landed here, it was in the 70s. I check into my temporary housing and I find there's no air conditioning. And I thought, this is gonna suck. Well, fast forward to that evening, I was shutting down all the windows and putting on a sweatshirt because I was kind of chilly. Now, spring around here is a bit of a mixed bag. You know, we get some warm days, followed by some cold days, followed by some rainy days, followed by some gloomy days, followed by some warm days again. And the actual unofficial start to summer is not until July 4th. And we do have what's called a little bit of June gloom, where it gets foggy and cloudy for weeks on end. But it's all worth it when the 4th of July gets here and summer officially starts. Now, I'm not gonna lie, we do have some hot weeks around here in the summertime. It can reach the triple digits, but it's usually not for very long. And when it does, we just make do. So in our house, we'll hunker down in the bedroom with our little R2D2 air conditioning unit, or we'll go down in our lower third level, which is kind of built into the side of a hill, and therefore is about 75% underground. And frankly, it's pretty chilly down there, even at the hottest days of the summer, so it makes it bearable. But those days are few and far between, and again, the summers are spectacular from July through October. And the one thing you will not see here in the summer is a lot of bugs. We do not have a lot of mosquitoes, fleas, or ticks. I have not put a flea collar on the dogs in the whole decade we've lived here. Now, be forewarned, we do have a lot of spiders, and sometimes they can get pretty big, but they're mostly harmless. But they are plentiful, and I know my neighbor Jim is constantly battling the spiders around his house, and they seemingly pop up overnight, so you've been warned. And one last thing about summer. It is finite. It is a finite resource, and we've only got so many days to enjoy it. So get out there and enjoy it, whether it's on the lake, at the beach, hiking in the mountains, or even paragliding. Get out there and enjoy it and make the best of it, because the rain's gonna come back pretty soon. So there's another couple of pros and cons about living here in Seattle, Washington. What did you think? Anything you would add? Let us know in the comments below, and we might just feature your suggestion in a future video. And we'll be sure to give you a shout out. Matter of fact, we got a suggestion yesterday that a pro is the ability to jump on a ferry and go to one of our gorgeous islands out in the Puget Sound. Vashon Island, Bainbridge Island. Thanks, Shami, for the suggestion, and it's on our list for a future video. As always, if we can help anyone with buying a home, selling a home, navigating the Seattle real estate market, send us a text, shoot us an email, or give us a call. We're happy to help. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tap that bell for notifications so you can be the first to know what's going on in here in Seattle. Until next time, be safe and have a good one.